This is my client Nate, and he had quite a clear problem when he was squatting, and that was that right knee caving in a little bit, which is obviously going to put your knee in a vulnerable position and risk injury. And one of our key things when we're squatting is making sure that our knees are staying out as much as possible throughout the whole lift. So there are a few solutions to fix this, and I'm going to work back the way from the most intervention to the least and easiest option. So you can do some assistance exercises or some primer exercises before your session to work on and strengthen all those little stabilising muscles, and in this case it would be exercises like monster walks or clamshells or whatever you want to call them. A step before that could be making tweaks to your feet position, and you could either change the width of your stance or you could even just change the angle. But the easy way that we fixed Nate was just quite simply getting him to actually focus on pushing his knees out during the lift. Especially during hard sets and reps, sometimes you just kind of get in that single-minded way thinking like, I'm just getting this weight up, and everything else just goes totally out the window. And on an exercise as hard as squats, where there is just so much to think about, it can lead to you just kind of like forgetting any of the little details you need to think about during the lift. And I just simply told Nate to consciously think about driving your knees out when you start to come up, and that was enough to get his squat back on track. And that's why when you are trying to fix something technical, always just look for the lowest hanging fruit first and trying to do the most simplest thing rather than the thing that's going to take more time and effort and mucking about. And if you've not already noticed, there's actually an extra 10 kilos on the bar here, because this wasn't a type of form breakdown where it was like a strip down a light weight and start again. This was more of a minor breakdown that we could work on as we go while we're getting stronger without having to take a bunch of weight off the bar. Because really, who wants to do that? If his knees looked like they were doing the Carlton dance, then that would be a different story.